Another beautiful night in central Indiana. A bit warm for September, but we're not complaining. In fact, our understanding of the calendar may be off. Not just because it's 80 degrees outside currently, because we're celebrating Oktoberfest tonight here inside of Michael A. Carroll Track and Soccer Stadium. The Indy 11 hope to celebrate 3 points against FC Tulsa, one of the toughest teams in the league. In fact, they're one of 3 teams that have already clinched a playoff spot for a month ago. As that is the backdrop, we welcome you inside the broadcast booth alongside Brad Ring. My name is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for joining us on My Indy TV and ESPN Plus. The Indy 11 kind of a had-to-have-it win last week against Birmingham. They got it with a second-half comeback. They win 2-1. 3 players for the Indy 11, Brad, feature the team of the week. One of them in the starting lineup, so to speak, that being Brian Schaefer. Of course, Taylor Calhera has a spot there as well for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, two great players, opposite sides of the ball. They'll be matched up actually a lot here tonight, so look for a good battle between the two of them.
The story for Schaefer is the fact that he is on loan from FC Cincinnati. He has basically been here for a month. He has started each of the last 3 weekends. What has his and Joey Zielinski and Luke Pruder's addition meant to Sean McCauley?
It's been huge. It's been absolutely huge. It's hard to be inserted into a team and come in and not miss a beat. So for them to be able to come into the rotation, get big time minutes and make an immediate impact, kudos to them on their professionalism. Kudos to the coaching staff for trusting them and getting them on the field, and we'll see how it plays out here tonight.
For Taylor, he is currently 3rd in the league in terms of goals. Now, these two teams not dressed alike in terms of their pre-match attire. They don't look alike in the standings either. Indy is currently outside of the playoff position. However, Rhode Island, who is in 8th, played last night and played to a 2-2 draw. So if Indy can get the win this evening, they are back above the playoff line with 4 matches left to go. For Tulsa, they're in the playoffs for the first time in 4 years, and they are likely the team to be the #1 seed in the West.
Yeah, massive playoff game implications here tonight. You said it with Tulsa with the home field advantage. Indy, they also go on the road the next 2 games, tough environment. So it's really an important game for Indy to pick up 3 points at home.
Indy has the 2nd toughest finishing schedule, trying to extend their postseason streak to 3 consecutive years. Indy 11, FC Tulsa. Pros, I think, is how we have to end the opening segment of the show. Back with more in a moment as you're watching Indy 11 soccer on My Indy TV and ESPN Plus.
This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me. Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered. And by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Speaking of our friends at Ford, they also present our starting lineups. Thank you to your Central Indiana Ford dealers. And 2 players that I want to point out for FC Tulsa. Cole Johnson's the starting goalkeeper. This is the first time he has played all season. in a USL Championship match. And Travian Sousa is appearing in just his third match for FC Tulsa. He is on loan from Seattle of Major League Soccer. For the Indy 11, their lineup looks a lot like it at the end of the match against Birmingham, which means Romario Williams and Edward Chiza up top. He scored the first goal in the Comfort Bond win against the Legion last week. It was the first time he had scored since May 16th. For a third consecutive game, Luke Pruder is in for Hunter Sult. We could see Hunter back as soon as next Saturday. But speaking of Luke Pruder, all of these three players, young guys, first or second year pros, on loan from MLS Next Pro squads here in the Midwest. And Brad, they've kind of energized this Indy 11 locker room.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes when you get new guys in the mix, just that happens. Some new energy. And they've done a great job since coming here to Indy.
Thanks for joining us on My Indy TV and ESPN. Plus an immediate foul called against FC Tulsa. Again, Tulsa in the West, Indy in the East. Tulsa is by far the easternmost team in the Western Conference. These teams are scheduled to play each other once in the regular season, but they were in the same group in the Jägermeister Cup. That is why Indy has a win in hand on Tulsa. It does not count in terms of the league standings, but in terms of the mental game tonight, It absolutely counts for the Indy 11.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was on this field. So, yeah, Indy should have a ton of confidence here tonight.
Pruder blasts that one away. He has given up a goal in each of his two appearances for the Indy 11. He came in on loan from the Columbus Crew. Musa will knock this one forward. Jack Blake was his intended target. Indy won 2-1 against Tulsa. Foul called against FC Tulsa as Musa goes to the turf. Then some collateral damage on an FC Tulsa player at the end of the play. But the foul was whistled first against the visiting side.
Yeah, kind of a weird kind of bang-bang play there. Musa gets taken down first, which is what the ref called. But then Blake gets a hold of Pierre, it looks like, who's down.
Trainer being waved on for FC Tulsa. Delence Pierre is the player that is injured. He saw time each of the last couple of seasons for the Switchbacks. In fact, as part of their championship squad a season ago. So here is the foul on Musa. And then Blake absolutely catches Pierre, but the whistle had already blown at that point.
Yeah, odd play. You don't see that much. It looks like referee had a little talk with Jack Blake.
Take a quick check of our injury report. It is brought to us by Community Health Network Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. That's a lengthy group. At some point in time, again, Hunter Sult, we mentioned his injury. He's actually on the bench tonight, so he is largely off the injury report. I would say of that group, Pat Hogan and Reese Charles Cook are guys that we might see within the next month. Unfortunately, Malik Foster is likely done for the season, and that's a shame for many reasons, but he has been a huge focus of this Indy 11 attack all season long.
He absolutely has. Such a dynamic player, and not just quick and athletic, but his ability to find gaps, break, and get the ball on the turn and dribble out of defense is really unique aspect to this roster.
Look at Luke Spencer on the Tulsa sideline. Done a tremendous job in charge of this FC Tulsa program. We saw Luke in his playing days at Lou City. Aiden Quinn sends it in. Quickly swept back by FC Tulsa. Not in danger yet. Lamar Batista buys a bit more real estate. Musa cannot track it down for the Indy 11, and now a bit of a reset for the visitors from northeastern Oklahoma. Chiza couldn't do much with that. Murphy digs in. Now Zielinski. And for guys like Zielinski, Schaefer, and Pruder, it was their first chance to play in front of the Brickyard Battalion a week ago. Zielinski on loan from St. Louis in Major League Soccer. He had spent time with both the MLS side and the Next Pro side this season. Schaefer and Pruder, guys that had spent more time playing in Next Pro.
Good hold-up play by Williams.
Aiden Quinn gets there just in the nick of time. Here's Musa playing a bit further forward tonight. Quinn bending ball in. Romario Williams the target. Lindley redirects. Jack Blake never got that on his boots. The next goal he scores pushes him into sole possession of second in team history. And it makes him the leading scorer in the USL Championship history of the Indy 11, as he's sitting on 24. Only Eamon Zayed has scored more than Jack Blake in an Indy 11 uniform. Let's get to our keys to the match. They are brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. Proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Brad, take it away.
Yeah, we've touched on it a little bit, but I think number one is adaptability. We referenced the 3 new faces, and that gives Coach McCauley a little bit more flexibility, different formations, getting Aiden Quinn kind of out of the back up front a little bit more, which he can then deliver service on the left side. So just that adaptability, I think, has been crucial here so far, and it's going to be crucial here tonight as well. The next one is just finding a way. This is a massively, massively important game for Indy 11's playoff hopes. We touched on this. They go on the road the next 2 weeks in tough environments, Louisville and Pittsburgh. So 3 points is definitely something that Indy needs tonight.
On the flip side, what are FC Tulsa focusing on as they're trying to lock up that #1 seed out west?
I think for them is they kind of know their identity, right? They've actually completed the fewest passes in the league, have the lowest passing percentage, and the highest number of fouls, right? All those put together, that's an equation for not the prettiest brand of soccer, but oh well.
Scoreboard looks fantastic,
exactly,
doesn't it?
Right? Standings is all that matters, and they are top of the West, and they know who they are. Now, second is Tyler Calhera, right? 12 goals. He leads the team in shots created, in chances created, goals. He is a very dynamic player that can put the ball into the back of the net. So Indy's got to be on the lookout for him, and Tulsa will certainly be finding him when they get in the attacking third.
We talk about Indy mining talent from a loan standpoint from next pro teams. Foul whistled against the Indy 11. Well, that is what Tulsa did with Calhera. Last year, he was part of the Next Pro's best 11. He had 14 goals playing for NYCFC2. It is the second year in a row one of the best goal scorers in the league has been picked from that roster. M.D. Myers in Charleston last year. In 23, he was one of the best players in that league. As that ball ricochets its way to Pruder. Giordani Coley was the player that got his head to it. Relatively easy play for Pruder to make for his first of the night. 3 different netminders have seen time for the Indy 11 this season. Hunter Salt has dealt with a pair of injuries this year. Reese Charles Cook injured replacing Salt earlier this month. Hence the need to bring Pruder in literally on the deadline day of the roster freeze. He was brought in.
Another good job by Williams holding the ball up. I think he's struggled with that at times this year, but he's 2 for 2, holding the ball up in good situations, letting Indy get up the field.
Good defensive work by FC Tulsa. And then a foul is given. Basically, that was kind of allowed to play out, and once the advantage went away for Indy, then the foul is whistled. So not a throw, but a free kick coming from next to the touchline for Aiden Quinn and or James Murphy.
Yeah, great job by the referee to let that play out, see if Quinn could fight through that contact, but then ultimately the takedown, I think, was the final motion there.
Speaking about referee, that is John Motto this evening. Jacob Little and Christopher Slane are the assistant referees, and Salvador Flores is our 4th official tonight. Murphy sends it in. Ball gets through. Ball finds the back of the net. Goal for the Indy 11. And again, this is a goalkeeper that hasn't played that much for Tulsa. Goal for Indy, and it's a 1-0 lead in minute number 8. Time to cue the Smokin' Oktoberfest here in Indianapolis.
Such a good ball by Murphy. That in-swinging ball rake is really hard to deal with. Not to mention, goalkeeper's got a little bit of sun in his eyes. In-swinger coming in. There's runners coming across. There's defenders trying to defend. Really good sequence there, and maybe the goalkeeper's inexperience showing a little bit. You see a replay of the foul, certainly a tug of the jersey there, and then a kind of MMA takedown at the end. And then here's the ball in. Let's see. It does look like a little touch there.
Schaefer's going to claim it.
Yeah, as he should. As he should. He did a great job. That is exactly why you like those in-swinging balls from that angle, and that's a really dangerous spot for the free kick that was taken so well from James Murphy.
So if it holds up, that is Schaefer's first goal in an Indy 11 uniform. It would not be an own goal. It could be a goal for Murphy on the service that just found its way. Either way, it's a goal for the Indy 11. It's like manna from heaven. Yeah. Schaefer, 5 goals over 47 appearances the last 2 years for FC Cincinnati. Quinn, precision pass to Blake. Musa wisely lets that play into touch for a throw for the Indy 11.
Getting set up. Looks like they're sending Schaefer and Benefemu in. for the Musa long throw.
Schaefer has now played in 5 consecutive matches for the Indy 11 and started the last 4. Made his debut as a reserve in the win against Hartford Athletic on September the 6th. Musa, the long throw specialist. Schaefer in the mix again. And Lindley will track this down for Indy and go all the way back as Kruger fights his way through the smoke.
Indy's done a good job here early in the first 10 minutes of when they get the ball into the attack, kind of keeping it up there. They're typically winning that initial second ball and kind of keeping them pinned in a little bit. Tulsa hasn't had the ability to really connect any passes in the attacking half yet.
I'll go all the way back, and Schaefer once again can just step on it or play to Zielinski. Either way, it gives us a chance. Thank our friends at Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investments. Chizza, Pierre, seemed to be shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Here, the player that was fouled by Blake. Good to see he's up and at him. Musa a bit optimistic that time.
Couldn't tell. It looked like maybe the ball popped up and hit the hand of the defender, but maybe it was hip. You see Tulsa finally kind of getting into the attack, connecting some passes and having some extended possession here.
And again, they're working in a few players off the bench. They're working in a few new faces as well. I think you said it well. They know exactly what they are. While that #1 seed is not locked up, they've got a little wiggle room to work with as Romario Williams makes contact. This portion of the match is brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
You see what they do here. Tulsa with this free kick. This is very central, which is difficult to get a kind of good cross on the ball. Usually you're kind of trying to curl it to the back post for then a head across the goal. Try to imagine what they're aiming for here, but we'll see. Some trickery.
Batista using that size, but foul has been whistled. Lamar gets your attention. He is as rangy of a defender as we have in this league. At 6'5" and a $185. We saw him first with the Oklahoma City Energy a handful of years ago. Spent time last year with North Carolina. And whenever there's physicality in a match, Lamar tends to kind of be around there. So he might be a flashpoint in tonight's match. Kruger will elect to let his guys drift upfield and blast this away. Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride. Get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online now at imcu.com. Blake with space to operate. Tried to find Romario Williams. Tulsa bench was upset about a potential foul. Ball will be theirs on a throw-in regardless.
I think a super quick tug by Zielinski, and then it let it go really quick. I don't think the ref saw it, but I do think the Tulsa bench has some ground to stand on here.
And they apparently have also gotten on the radar of our referee, because not at Luke Spencer, but at the bench, a yellow was shown against FC Tulsa. Good read by Blake. It's deemed he touched it last. Throw in coming here for the visitors. And these two teams were in the same division for 1 year. 2021, when we went to 4 divisions, not just the 2 conferences. Tulsa's been rotated out west the last couple of years. With new teams being added, we'll see if that gets changed. Schaefer looked like he was fouled. It wasn't called. Good transition here by FC Tulsa. This is Owen Dom on the left side. Dom, the former Lou City product. His cross got blocked. That gave time for a Afemu to hit that one towards section 112 for a Tulsa throw-in.
Yeah, it's great defense by Zielinski there. That's tough. The big switch goes across. He's kind of isolated out there against a speedy winger. He does a great job forcing them wide and then ultimately even blocking the cross. So well done by Zielinski.
The throw-in coming. This will be taken by Sousa. Again, appearing in just his 3rd match for FC Tulsa. He joined the team on loan. Again, there's this flurry of activity right before the middle of the month as the roster freeze for the postseason takes effect. Afemu got there first. Chiza gets there next. And Williams will lead the charge. An advantage being played for the Indy 11. Ball played sideways. Now throw in coming for Indy.
It's one of those, Greg. It's tough. Indy had the ball, but there wasn't much of an advantage, right? Williams is looking at 5 defenders in front of him. He can't really go anywhere. I think most of the time you'd rather, hey, take the foul, get the guys up, and move on to the next play. But
Williams could not maintain possession. Pierre gives it right back for an Indy throw. Indy looking for their 9th win of the season.
Looks like Cam Lindley's kind of organizing here. I think he's saying, hey, let's go long. Let's get Afemu and Schaefer up in the box and see if we can create something from this opportunity.
Cam Lindley organizing. That should not surprise you in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
I love it.
He was a high school point guard in basketball, and he plays this sport that way as well. Bounding off a series of heads inside of the 18. And finally, some room to breathe for Tulsa.
A lot of times, Drake, on those kind of long throws, yeah, it's great if you win the first one, but sometimes the first one doesn't really matter. It's really collecting that second one as it's kind of bouncing around in the box.
Second time that we have seen Tulsa in transition, and man, are they quick when they have the ball in the break. It does not take long for that ball to go from one to the other. That could be a dangerous ball there. Kruger ended up not having to do a thing, but that got nervy quickly from the home perspective.
That was a great ball into the box. And it's wide, almost on the end line, and he whips it in. Calhera, I think, almost getting on the end of it.
And really what made that interesting is that wasn't just one player that had an option. You had 2 guys that could have gotten to that one inside of the 6.
Yeah. But it's getting back to kind of what we're saying, their style of play, right? They're not a heavy possession team. Don't connect a ton of passes. Do a lot of fouls, but that's fine because they'll get these opportunities like that and they'll whip it in and they'll have guys crashing, and you know that's how they get goals.
And Tulsa is 6 points clear of Sacramento. They are 10 points clear of New Mexico. So as long as they can stay in front of Sacramento Republic, they will be the #1 seed.
Such a good job by Luke Spencer and his staff with what they've done out there this season.
Well, you played against Luke years ago, right as the Indy 11 made the switch to the championship. And I think everybody is 0% surprised that Luke Spencer turned into a really good professional coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, left side blast, doesn't get through. Zielinski stays in the way.
Yeah, he's had a great first 17 minutes here defensively, isolated a couple times out there, at least the 3rd or 4th time.
Zielinski is 1 year removed from playing college soccer at Rutgers. He played a handful of matches in St. Louis this year, and Schaefer did not take the chance. He had Musa behind him, but didn't leave it to risk. It will be a corner coming first of the match for FC Tulsa. We'll thank our friends at Droplight. Fuel for brave brands. To put your business in the limelight, visit droplight.com.
Kind of a little bit of a soft corner for Indy to give up. You'd like Musa to talk to Schaefer there. I think Musa could have cleared it.
Tulsa plays it short. That's Weber. Bending ball in that Dom would like to have back. You know, when Dom was one of the features this week of our buddy John Morrissey with USL Tactics, he was a guy that was always kind of hanging around the lineup with Lou City, but just never could really crack it. Obviously, Luke knows him from his days with Lou City, and he has really blossomed this year, has Owen. He is just 22 years of age, but he's been around this level for the last 4 or 5 years and really flourishing here in Oklahoma. And that'll be a fouling at Tremario Williams for an extended arm.
We'll tug in both ways, but Williams definitely was guilty as well.
Mario second on the team in terms of goals scored in championship play. Playing in about half of the league matches at this point. Missed about a month on international duty with Jamaica. Was away from the team for most of June and was injured the first few weeks of the season. St. Clair the target. Musa tracking him. Here's Weber. Good switch off by the Indy 11 defensively. Not bad. A guy 33 years of age can do that at Aiden Quinn. Love the back heel. And Musa plays it into touch, and again it'll be a corner coming here for FC Tulsa. Musa has been the Iron Man for the Indy 11 this season. He leads the team in minutes played at 2,169 and counting, and he too is 33 years of age.
Yeah, he's been a solid contributor and performer for Indy 11 this year.
He was really kind of an extra piece last year. He has been a featured piece this year. Bending ball in. Speaking of James Musa, first to get there. Zielinski got ahead to it, but didn't clear it the way he wanted to. Blast doesn't get through. Not out of danger just yet. Into a series of legs. Again, never got to Pruder, but never cleared either. Corner number 3 in succession coming for FC Tulsa.
Nervy moment for Indy. They did a great job just staying in front of the ball. You see a clearance there by Zielinski, then he blocks it. Ofemu gets a touch on it. Zielinski blocks it again. Cam Lindley shuffles over. I think Zielinski touches it again. Great work by them.
Corner didn't exactly put it in a dangerous spot. Musa buys a little real estate. Williams will buy a little bit more. Not out of danger just yet. Blake tracking back. And now a chance to breathe for the Indy 11. And all the way back for St. Clair to track it down. Zielinski will knock that one sideways, which allows us to welcome a special guest, Carol Pulse with Dormicaba. And I am now trained over a couple of years of Dormicaba being a part of Indy 11 broadcast to just immediately follow with for every place that matters. Carol, you matter to us. Thanks for joining us. How you doing this evening?
Thank you. It's nice to see you. Great to be here.
I see you almost have like your own version of the Lederhosen that you're rocking today.
We do. We had to come out and show our Swiss-German heritage, so this has been a great game for us to be a partner at.
Throw in coming here for FC Tulsa. Getting cleared briefly by Aiden Quinn. So tell me, Carol, when people, again, I see the Dormicaba offices at 71st and Biddeford. When people see Dormicaba, when you give them the elevator speech as to what Dormicaba does, what do you tell them?
Yeah, so we are one of the global leaders in access control. And as you mentioned, our North American headquarters are located right there at 75th and Biddeford. And what we manufacture there are the cores that go inside the locks. So we make everything that is from mechanical locks and door hardware to electronic locks that you might see in like a hotel room. We also make and sell the automated doors, so any type of sliding door, revolving door. So we really are everywhere that all of us are, and every day, whether it's in the office, at a hospital, even at a stadium like this today, where if you've been to Lucas Oil, you may have seen one of our other products that we use in sports and entertainment, which is our pedestal, which helps to securely get people inside quickly before kickoff. So we have a lot of different products, but it's all around getting people in safely or keeping them safe once they're inside.
Why has partnering with the Indy 11 now for these last couple of years been so important to the folks at Dormicaba?
Yeah, so we are very proud to be the sleeve sponsor for the second year in a row, and really are excited to be here tonight, as I said, to celebrate Oktoberfest. And our headquarters, our global headquarters, are actually just outside of Zurich in Switzerland. So it's really fun to be here for Oktoberfest. But like I said, we're just really proud to be a partner with such a great team here in Indianapolis and be part of the community. So we really appreciate you having us.
Of course. Carol, before we let you go, anything new kind of coming down the pike for Dormicaba you'd like to share with us tonight?
Well, we always have new products coming down the pike. I would say for sure check out if you go to an event at Lucas Oil. Be sure and check out our pedestals, our Ultra Q pedestals, and hopefully those will get you in seamlessly to any event that you may attend there.
Very cool. All right. Website, phone number, social, whatever you want to share for people to find out more about your great company.
Sure. So we are at dormicaba.com, and our U.S. website you can click so that you can get to the Americas website. So we. You can learn more about our products there and more about what we do to keep every place that matters safe and secure.
And Carol Puls again joining us from Dormicaba again here in Indianapolis and a great partner of the Indy 11. Carol, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the game.
Us. Thank you.
You got it. Again, Carol Puls kind enough to join us here on the broadcast. Greg Rakestraw, Brad Ring. We'll get back to it here on MyIndy TV and ESPN Plus. 26th minute. Lamar Batista now will pick up the pace as Chizza will force his hand just a little bit. It was a warm one on the turf right before kickoff, but now the sun is officially set to the west, and an absolutely glorious night. And given how good the forecast has been for the last couple of weeks, and let's face it, you say Oktoberfest, people show up. A really good crowd on hand tonight at Carroll Stadium.
Yeah, and they're seeing a good start to the game. I think Indy had a really strong first 10 to 12 minutes. Now I think the tides have turned a little bit in Tulsa's favor the last 10 to 12 minutes as they're kind of knocking at the door, putting dangerous balls into the box, earning long throws, earning corner kicks. So it kind of evened out here kind of halfway through the first half.
We are with you until 9:30 on MyIndy TV. At 10 o'clock, you can watch the Wish TV News here on MyIndy TV. Watch Wish TV, your local news source, online at wishtv.com. What have you seen from Zielinski's game since he joined the Indy 11?
Just very solid. You know, he's not doing anything overly flashy. Just seems like a workhorse, solid defensively, good in possession, doesn't take any unnecessary risks. I think he's been really strong at that, kind of right back position for Indy.
Here's Musa. Quinn with 8 assists, now 58 for his USL Championship career. Tied for second in league history with former Indy 11 man Solomon Asante. Those two guys only trail the great Canardo Forbes, now coaching for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Coley. And Dom really has been the instigator for FC Tulsa. From the edge of the box, the blast does not get through, and we need to check on the injured player behind the play. Yep, we'll stop. It'll be Tulsa's ball. I think that may have gotten Schaefer up in the throat area, which is why immediately 3 players kind of turned and said, hey, come back and check.
Yeah, that's scary. He put his body on the line for that one, and that was a well-hit ball. Zielinski standing up on the outside, kind of a hopper coming across, and he gets all of it.
That was Cal Hurra that absolutely blasted one away. And, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's maybe Pruder has a chance at that, but that was coming with pace, and that looked like that was certainly going towards the corner. That would have been a tough one for him to get behind and block.
So Indy will restart again. They will give possession kind of back in a neutral spot back to FC Tulsa. At least you would assume that is the case.
Yeah, kind of lost track of what played out after he kind of took that shot.
Williams was chasing it but hadn't won it back yet.
Yeah, it looks like they're just bumping it and playing it. Doesn't look like Tulsa's all that upset with it. So
that's one of those things where the health of the player kind of superseded the spot we were in the match.
Yeah, definitely with something like that. Neck, head. Obviously, if there's anything, kind of urgent needed in other areas as well, but there's always some sensitivity around that.
As of now, it looks like Schaefer simply gets his first Indy 11 goal and a neck tattoo so far for today's match. We'll see if anything gets added with 60-plus minutes left to go.
Yeah, he might have a panel or two kind of tattooed on his neck there.
Could be an influencer for Select without having any idea he was signing up for that tonight.
His agent probably already sent an email to the folks over at Select.
Well, the website selectsportamerica.com. I could hook him up. Long distance ball that Blight gives chase to. Batista will use that wiry 6'5" frame to blast it away. Again, Musa getting involved in the attack a little bit more. India switched to a 4-4-2 tonight, and they're playing Musa at that left back role. And of all the things we have talked about that have went well, not went well for the Indy 11, we probably have not talked enough about the fact that they lost Aiden Stanley on May 16th in El Paso due to a knee injury, and they have tried 4 or 5 different players at left back. Nobody has been Aiden Stanley, but that's been part of what Sean McCauley has dealt with all year is, how do I spell a guy that had 9 assists from that spot last season?
Yeah, what, Musa, Quinn, McGraw.
Finn McGraw, yeah.
O'Brien, I feel like maybe got some time out there at some point. But yeah, I do like kind of where they've landed right now. It helps getting these guys here before the roster freeze date, right? You get some backup there. Musa is certainly a capable left back. That allows Quinn to get a little bit further up the field, help with the possession side of things, help with creating chances.
Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Here's Schaefer. He appears to be no worse for wear. Back to Pruder. Pruder, his first year as a pro, was a collegiate player at UC Irvine. Talked to him for Soccer Saturday a couple of weeks ago, and wouldn't you know, the final match of the regular season for the Indy 11 takes place in Irvine, California. When Indy plays Orange County. Luke said the ticket count's getting high already. Good read by Murphy, and controls it to Quinn. Advantage being played. Quinn's ball steered away. Murphy is still down behind the play. Now the flick to try to spring things for Tulsa, but great job by Zielinski.
We'll see what the ref does. I wouldn't be completely surprised if he came back and put a caution. Tulsa's on the break here, though.
Good turn by Musa. It's well done. And that ball was an errant one, and it's like you played the game for a decade professionally or something, Brad, because absolutely we'll go back and adjudicate from the last foul. That will go against St. Clair. That is put into the book.
Yeah, well done by the referee, letting it play out. When the next time the ball stops, come back and do it. To be honest, I wish other sports would kind of take this this approach instead of letting fouls kind of kill the game off or kill the momentum. But Murphy had a really active kind of 90 seconds before that. He's checking to try to get the ball from Zielinski. He's checking, trying to get the ball from Afemu. He helps possess it. He then wins the ball moving forward before he got fouled.
Now I'm trying to figure out what sports we could do that where we would assess the foul like 20 seconds later. As a basketball guy, I'm working out the permutations in my head right now.
I don't know. Maybe if like on a fast break and an intentional foul and you just let it play out. I'm not sure.
I think Brad has come up with a new rule for Indiana's one of favorite sports. Here's Murphy. And Murphy gets credit for the assist on the goal by Schaefer in minute number 8. Chizza the target. Williams tries to run onto it. And that'll be a foul against FC Tulsa. I think if you're Sean McCauley, you're very happy with what you're seeing. But again, in a one-goal game, you are one moment of brilliance from everything changing.
Yeah, and we were giving some praise early on to Chizza and Williams holding the ball up top. Indy's had a really hard time keeping the ball for extended periods, the last 15 to 20 minutes. And so look for guys like Murphy and Lindley and Blake and Quinn to try to kind of calm them down, connect some passes, work the ball around, open up Tulsa up, and see if they can kind of attack that way.
Well, the midfield all-stars are kind of together now for the Indy 11.
Yep,
you know,
exactly.
it took a while for Sean McCauley to figure out, okay, how do I get Murphy, Quinn, Lindley, and Blake all on the field at the same time.
Yep.
Really, since June, that's been the case. Other than, when Aiden's wife, had a baby boy a couple of weeks ago to give Aiden a couple of weeks off.
Yeah. And this is where Jack Blake is best. When he's got a little bit more freedom in that kind of attacking mid-roll, he can kind of roam forward, he can roam right, he can roam left, and you never really know where he's going, and he just connects the dots and then makes things happen, and then he makes late runs into the box. Really a dangerous player. That's where he's best.
I have jokingly thought that this was almost at some point in time kind of like CYO soccer this year for the Indy 11. You got a bunch of experienced cats. Just let them go.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Fans, you can experience comfort in downtown Indianapolis at Hyatt Place and Hyatt House in downtown Indianapolis. Throw-in being taken here by Zielinski. And Zielinski, a native of New Jersey, and it stayed home to play college soccer at Rutgers. But what is unique and shows the ability of this league, Zielinski is a first-year pro, but yet spent parts of 2 seasons playing for Red Bulls 2 in the championship. 2020 and 2021 and the equivalent what would be in his high school years.
Yeah, I mean, what experience that is as a high school player to get that experience against professional players.
Indy has one of their academy young men in uniform tonight. That is Ryan Hunsucker. He nor Maverick McCoy have played in the match this year, but Ryan has been dressing because of the injury situation on the team. Ryan is a senior at Westfield, and I'm not sure he will do this again this year, but last year Ryan played high school basketball at Westfield as a junior and played for the Indy 11. It was an amazing story where he would go to class in the morning, and his high school is literally a mile from where the Indy 11 trains. The only way this would have worked. Went to class for an hour, went and trained with the Indy 11 for 2 hours, came back and finished his academic day noon to 3, then practiced basketball every day from 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Not bad,
That's
huh?
incredible.
On the cross, Chizza couldn't get ahead to it. Indy didn't have a player close by that could have kept the attack alive. Now in transition, and we have talked about Tulsa can be dangerous with their speed, but you have to possess one important thing: the ball. Throw-in coming for the Indy 11.
And kudos to Cam Lindley. We've seen him, not super frequently, but we've seen him from time to time kind of make these runs forward. And when he does, he times them very well, and they almost always lead to some opportunity. So he kind of got loose down the right side, put a great ball in that Indy almost got on the end of.
Tonight's match brought to us by Johnson Controls. Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. St. Clair again hitting hope. Afemu drifts back. Afemu had the game-winning goal last Sunday. He has been stellar in his second season in 11 uniform. Murphy kind of felt that one coming.
Yeah, Jack Blake played him the ball back. I think his only real option was to hit that one time, but he took a touch and they collapsed in on him real quick.
If you're Luke Spencer, what are you thinking about your team's performance in the opening 37 minutes?
Obviously, you don't like giving up the goal, but they have been fairly dangerous in the attack, specifically off the long balls and kind of winning the second balls, kind of like we knew they would. But they've had some chances. Now he would obviously love to snag one before half and level this out heading into the dressing room.
Schaefer plays that one calmly and casually. Schaefer actually played for the Jacksonville Armada, one of Brad's old rivals, but not for the NASL team, but for the NPSL side, the youth side, growing up in North Florida. Quinn finds Chisholm. 3 goals on the season for Edward after having 12 last year playing for Bob Lilly in Pittsburgh.
Quinn doing a great job here, getting it, giving it, getting it back.
Would you expect anything less?
No, I wouldn't. I just love to watch it.
Tremendous interview that he had last week with Mike Watson, Devin Kerr for USL All Access. Go listen to it anytime at USLChampionship.com. Quinn looking back post, and Chizza didn't see it. And your head has to be on a swivel whenever Aiden's got the ball, because good chance he's going to find you. Whatever you think the angle is, Aiden will put the ball on a platter for you somehow, some way.
Yeah, you can see things most players can. I actually had a great angle on that, and in my head I was thinking he might take it to the touch to the left and shoot it, or play, I think it was maybe Jack Blake in front of him, to his feet. Instead, a much more creative ball over the top, almost got to maybe Chiz on the back side.
Well, we referenced that Aiden Quinn interview. That we actually used that on Soccer Saturday this week on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Also spoke with head coach Sean McCauley as well as Joey Zielinski. Listen every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
We've seen a lot of this in the first half, right? Any throw-in kind of in the attacking third, both sides are really just opting to try to get it in the box and put it in the mixer and see what happens there.
Heck of a throw.
Yeah.
Afemu. Have a hit, why don't you? Heads up in the front row of the BYB.
It's a tough one. I've been in that position a lot. The ball's bouncing out to you. You cannot lose that ball. So your options really are to have a blast, knowing you have a very small chance of putting it on frame and getting a goal, or kind of lumping it out wide towards the corner. Obviously, he chose for the shot on goal. Didn't work out, but it's a tough situation with that ball coming at you.
Sometimes I tell jokes just to see if my partner would laugh. Carlos Pena thought that was a fantastic shot. One of Brad's former teammates with the Indy 11 had a half-court heave in the old NASL days against San Antonio. And Williams eventually draws the foul from Pierre. And before Indy's allowed to restart, we'll mark it and restart it momentarily.
Remember that game in San Antonio? I think when he hit it, was that San Antonio?
Yes.
And there's George Hill.
Yes.
Was that game?
April of 2015.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know the guys on Indy 11 thought that was pretty cool. He was in the midst of a heck of an NBA career.
George Hill that played for longer than that, 16 years in the NBA. Murphy bends it in.
Not quite the service that led to the first goal.
By the way, George, the former goalkeeper at Broderville High School. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Imagine trying to get the ball past that guy.
Yeah.
With a 6'9" wingspan and NBA hops.
No thanks.
You and I were talking off the air about your high school soccer goal-scoring prowess before you became a defender at IU and in the professional ranks.
Yeah, my glory days.
Musa on the throw. Good solid header away by Tulsa. Afemu with the read. And it has turned into a beautiful night for soccer. The result equally sublime currently for the Indy 11. Schaefer is trying to shepherd that one into touch, and he does exactly that.
Yep, great job. Schaefer's had a good first half here. Obviously, the goal that helps. I think he's been super solid defensively. Obviously took the shot off the neck, but even just connecting the dodge, shielding balls out of bounds, communication in the back. The back line's been really solid actually for Indy so far this half.
After a year where Indy had a lot of player transactions last year, they have had a pretty minimal amount this year until injuries kind of force their hand. And it may be something that alters the course of the season. Pruder punts this one. And Musa and St. Clair collide. And that will be a foul. Either that or just simply possession. We'll check on Musa to make sure he is all right.
That was a hard collision.
I don't think there was any intent there. Both players were looking at the ball.
Yeah, they were both tracking the ball, but yeah, Musa went down hard.
And again, it's not a foul. Let's clarify. It is a throw-in for the Indy. It's their possession, not a foul. It'll happen right in front of our camera position.
I think he'll be all right, but definitely a hard fall. Usually when you go up and you get knocked, you can at least take some of that with your leg as you're coming down, but he took just all of that on the side of his body, on his hip.
And we had a great guest from Dormicaba that joined us, and Carol Pulse, Indy 11 Soccer, sponsored by Dormicaba. Dormicaba for every place that matters. tremendous corporate partner of the Indy 11. And this is far from over. And again, the playoff math, if Indy gets the 3 points tonight, they jump up the standings and would surpass Rhode Island for the last playoff spot with 4 matches left to go. And the teams that Indy really are competing with, really it's Detroit, Rhode Island, and Indy for 7, 8, and 9 is really the group, and Tampa is trying to join that group.
Taking a quick peek, Rake, it looks like Lou City is up on Detroit 1-0, which is good for Indy's sake.
Now for Indy, they do not own the tiebreaker with Detroit. Indy and Rhode Island split their matchups this year as well. And we've documented just how tough the path is for the Indy 11. Frankly, it's not much easier for Rhode Island or Detroit. They all kind of have a similar slate to finish the campaign.
Yep. This would be a huge, huge 3 points if Indy can.
And that'll be a high boot. Let's see if it's anything more than that on Murphy. By the way, our last 5 minutes presented by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. There's the yellow for Murphy. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. 3 additional minutes and Murphy will come over to offer his apologies on the subject.
See a replay here. Yeah, it was a high boot and the head coming down. Those two things together usually lead to bad things.
Camera work of our buddy Shea Goodpaster doing a great job getting you all those field level shots tonight. Our tremendous crew. Here's Johnson. Joined the team in May. Spent time last year playing for Columbus Crew too. So both goalkeepers spent time the last 2 seasons in Columbus playing for the MLS Next Pro team. Still at least 2 minutes of action left to go before we get to the intermission. And he's been sitting on a 1-goal lead for nearly 40 minutes of match time. Boubacar Diallo not called his name much tonight. Wearing the captain's armband this evening for the visitors.
Well done by Zielinski again. He really finds the balance of getting tight enough to not allow the attacking player too much time, but not too deep enough. Right? He's constantly finding that middle zone. Having a really strong half.
We'll hear from head coach Sean McCauley coming up as the halftime show gets underway. I think our usual look around the USL Championship, and I think Brad, I get to drink beer from a boot as well because it is Oktoberfest.
Sounds like a good halftime.
We're not complaining about that. Brad is known for enjoying a beverage in Indy 11 matches in years gone by. Like literally, the drinks just showed up for halftime.
This one's way more classy than my last one.
We're going to enjoy him just the same. Schaefer gets ahead to it. Musa clears it a bit more vigorously. Sean McCauley asking for a foul. Doesn't get it, may not need it. Well, again, I think Indy can feel really good about this first half. Bit of a giveaway here. Means up to fend off one more attack. Coley. All chipped forward, but there is Schaefer. Schaefer, he's been the Dormacaba of this match. He's been the for every place that matters. Flag goes up against Indy, and we're in the dying embers of half number 1.
Yeah, that clearance from Schaefer almost led to a counter there.
Here's Pierre. Again, this is not done yet. Probably one more clearance needed for Indy to take a 1-goal lead to halftime. And that's it. All that is needed. So Sean McCauley is making his way to our interview location. Sean always affable and professional with us, but frankly, he should be downright in a good mood, given the fact that Indy has a 1-goal lead on the best team in the Western Conference. We're getting Sean set. In fact, he is ready to go now. Let's get to him Coach, I think you got to be happy what you saw from your team in half number one. Your thoughts in the opening 45?
Yeah, the opening for us was good. Like the first 10-15 minutes, I thought were really good, really aggressive. Trying to get the ball into the box and get a goal. And I think then from then on in, they've had a little bit more of the ball, and we've recovered into a really good defensive shape. What's going to be really important second half is on the transition, we've got to get hold of that first pass. If we just give that first pass away, like at the very end there, that's where we're going to be in trouble, because we've got 2 or 3 players running forward, and if that first pass is not secure, then they're out the game. So we need to make sure we're good on that. And then we want to, similar start the second half, let's try and get after them really early.
Again, there are things from a sub standpoint that you could change in the second half. Anything from kind of tactically how you approach it, you're looking at changing in half number 2.
I think what we're going to do is stick with what we've got, but we've got to look at, possibly the changes that they might make. With us being in the lead now at half time, they might bring a winger on, and instead of playing 2 centre forwards and 1 underneath, they might go with 1 centre forward and 2 underneath, which they've done quite regularly this season. And if that happens, then we might have to make a tactical change as well.
Sean, as always, thanks for the time, my friend. We'll talk to you post-match.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Again, Sean McCauley, head coach of the Indy 11. Stay tuned. Halftime show comes your way next. The home team, a goal to the good and a massive 3 points it would be. Indy 11-1, Western Conference leading FC Tulsa 0 on My Indy TV and ESPN+.
I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but sometimes I get a little stressed because I'm not for sure what's going to happen down the road. I was at the cancer unit, and when I come out from seeing the doctor, I said something about needing some help with all the paperwork. They gave me a name and a phone number. Her name is Molly. She works over at Community. She tells me, stop worrying, let me take care of it. She is my angel.
Stand by me.
Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they're in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
I think I have a great appreciation for this job every day. It's a beautiful night in downtown Indianapolis. Brad and I have the best seats in the house. We're getting paid to talk about a sport we love in soccer. And you know what gets to happen tonight on Oktoberfest? Well, Brad gets to wear lederhosen or something like it. And we both get to drink beer out of a boot. Welcome to Indy 11 Soccer on My Indy TV and ESPN+. A first half worth drinking to from the Indy 11 perspective. Brad, your thoughts on the opening 45?
Yeah, I think you said it right. A great first half, really strong first 10 minutes. Then it kind of evened out. Tulsa got some chances, but hey, Indy's up 1-0, going into halftime exactly where they want to be.
Sometimes we have fake television smiles. This is a PBR in this boot. I'm really smiling about this. You can pick up your copy of the Oktoberfest shirt. Shop.indy11.com. Indy11.com always has more. You won't look as good as Brad does in it, but you can get the merch as well. Now, there was a beer stein competition this week for the Indy 11. I'm not sure how that turned out. Let's take a look.
Doing well. There's no shakes yet. Oh, that's it. You're almost there. You're almost there. Oh, great job. Come on.
With more features to keep your account safe and secure. Northwest Bank is here for what's next.
Good dog.
Hartford Athletic gets to the Jägermeister Cup final. Sacramento sweep the penalties. Sac Republic make another indomitable run to a cup final.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a loan off and take a loan for free.
Today we went to the beach and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Among finds the corner. He ties it up. Line through Cicerone. What a banger. Oh, good night.
It's great to win against an MLS team, but we'll do that any Wednesday, any Saturday.
It's our house. No one comes into our house and beats us.
If you're against us, it's not going to be good for you. But if you're with us, it's the greatest day you ever had.
The Kings of Chaos strike again.
They create such a loud environment, flags waving, chants.
When the team plays, it's like we're going to the battle with them.
It's always sort of that New Mexico underdog story just waiting to happen.
Show rolls along here with the Indy 11 playing host, the top team in the Western Conference in FC Tulsa. Time now for our look around the league. We start with the news and notes portion of the program. The USL Championship welcomes Bell Tower Partners as a strategic growth investment partner of USL. Welcome aboard. Danny Cruz is the youngest coach to join the Century Club. He is just 35 years of age. He is not that far removed from his playing days and has won 100 times in his first 169 games as the man in charge of Lou City. And part of the attraction of the USL Championship to younger players has been that pipeline potentially to Europe, but also to getting meaningful minutes to play for the U.S. men's national team. Well, not the full squad yet, at least for these players we're referencing, but 9 championship alumni are part of the U.S. under-20 men's national team that are competing at the FIFA U20 World Cup. Now, there are several games taking place that we are monitoring from a scoreboard standpoint, and we'll do that throughout the course of the match. But our schedule that we are showing you here are for matches of importance tonight or tomorrow. So let's start with the Birmingham Legion. They play at San Antonio. Birmingham probably needs to win out and needs some help to be a playoff team after the loss on Sunday to the Indy 11. The Charleston Battery know they are a playoff team. They are simply trying to win to keep pace with Lou City to keep that outside hope of being the #1 seed in play. They play in Orange County coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow, the match of the two that affect the Indy 11 is Tampa Bay at Loudoun. Not sure if Indy can catch Loud at this point. Tampa Bay is a team that can catch Indy. They've got to catch one more team to keep their playoff streak intact. But again, Tampa Bay enters tonight 3 points back of the Indy 11. Catch their match against Loud tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And to see the USL Championship on national television, where the Indy 11 were 6 days ago. You can check out New Mexico and Lexington, a pair of likely playoff teams of the Western Conference, tomorrow at 6 on the CBS Sports Network. With that, we'll kick it back to break. First half highlights, stats, and half number 2 comes your way in a matter of moments. It's the Indy 11 and FC Tulsa, and you're watching on MyIndyTV and ESPN+.
The main part of my job is definitely listening. People deserve transparency. I don't want the financial part to be something that stops or hinders a patient from having the health care that they need. I try to treat each person like they're my mom or my grandmother, my daughter, my husband. I want them to know that they're not just another phone call for us. And it's very rewarding to know that I can provide peace of mind.
Stand by me.
This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
This isn't just 90 minutes. It's a feeling you carry for days. It's the roar of the crowd, the rush of a last-minute goal, the pride of your city standing shoulder to shoulder. This is more than a match. It's an experience. It's family. It's fire. It's Indy 11. Be part of it. Get your tickets now at Indy11.com.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine, exceptional care simply delivered, and by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. We are 60 seconds away from half number 2. Let's show you the best parts of half number 1. A look at our highlights. And again, Indy has the goal, a 1-0 lead. Tulsa probably had better chances, yet wasn't like Luke Kruger to stand on his head at any point in time in that first half.
Yeah, a little bit of bend but don't break from Indy's back line. You see some of these sequences here where it's just block after block, guys throwing their bodies on the line, preventing Tulsa from clean looks at goal.
Again, for Indy's goal, it came in the 8th minute. It was on service of James Murphy. That would find Schaefer, just like that ball did there as well. That happened later. For Bryant's sake, this happened first.
Yeah.
Murphy sends it in, and just the flick by Schaefer to get it past Cole Johnson.
It's a great ball in by James Murphy. Great runs from Schaefer and others just to put confusion in front of the goalkeeper. Gives Indy the 1-0 lead.
Obviously, Brad, we heard from Sean McCauley. If you're Luke Spencer, what was your message to the visitors at halftime?
I mean, look, I don't think they're scared, right, to be down 1-0 on the road. They're top of the West for a reason. They know how to grind out results. They know how to come back. So they'll be just fine. They're not going to be lacking confidence. I'm sure Luke Spencer had some things they wanted to clean up. I think he's going to encourage them to continue putting balls into the box and putting balls forward and win the second balls.
Schaefer gets a boot to that. Not as cool as the boots that we got at halftime, but good play for the Indy 11 nonetheless. In just one more home game after this one. It is in 3 weeks against Loudoun United. Indy on the road the next two, and not exactly easy places to pick up points either. At Lou City and at Pittsburgh. Indy lost to Lou City 3-1 4 weeks ago. That, in fact, was our last broadcast here on My Indy TV. We'll have road coverage of next Saturday's match. Those of you watching in the Indianapolis area, kickoff from Lynn Family Stadium is at 7:30. And Indy finishes at Louisville, at Pittsburgh, home to Loudoun, and all the way out to Irvine, California to play Orange County in one of the final matches of the league season. Back post ball, Afemu does enough to slow it down for now. Dom sends it in. Romario Williams clears. And Lindley buys a bit more real estate. Again, Indy won the Jägermeister Cup game here against this team 2-1. He then was eliminated by Greenville in the quarterfinal round in August. Jägermeister Cup finals are next Saturday. Hartford will be a part of that. Sacramento the other side. Heard the dulcet tones of Joey D'Ambrosio describing a Hartford goal in the promo that was played at halftime for the upcoming Jägermeister Cup. Bending ball in. It's Murphy that got there first. And that's kind of been the night for Tulsa. They have had the better of it. That is a push and a foul. But Tulsa, the heat map of this match would be surrounding the Indy 18. But not much activity inside of the Indy 18.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's what you get with the style of play that they have, right? They play pretty direct. They're typically, although they've done a heck of a job the first 2 minutes of the second half possessing the ball, that's typically not the way that they play. They want to lump the ball forward and win the second balls. Therefore, it's just continuously putting pressure on Indy's back line, hoping that, hey, one of the headers, one of the clearances is going to get blocked. There's going to be a mistake. It'll go off the header for a corner kick. So they're really kind of playing the quantity game in large part, lumping the ball forward.
Indy 11 soccer is brought to us by Dormakaba. Dormakaba for every place that matters. Neither team has used a substitution. Shiza was offside. Yep. Just got ahead of Lamar Batista as Indy has sent their players to start to warm. And because of injuries, a few less maybe selections for Indy, although Elvis Amo is back in the mix. Bruno Rendon off the bench. I think we'll likely see time at some point. Maybe you see Hayden White as well, who just came back from injury. Returned on Sunday in the win against Birmingham. Williams couldn't keep that at his feet. Owen Dom did just enough. And a throw-in coming for FC Tulsa.
It's one of those where you'd like to see Williams kind of post up a little bit more, right? Get into the body of the defender, hold that ball up.
I thought you described it very well earlier. You know, finishing, he's been great. Holding up has been a bit of a problem for Romario this year.
I think it can be, maybe it's not his strong suit, but certainly something that you need to be able to do as a striker.
Good pace by Blake just to kind of buzz around and make that a bit more dangerous. And 11 Soccer is sponsored by Johnson Controls. Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Zielinski to Pruder.
Pruder did great with that ball. It was kind of hopping in at him a little bit.
The Indy went from having two really solid goalkeepers to suddenly handing the ball to a guy that got there on a Tuesday and say, hey, the net's yours on Saturday.
Yeah.
And Pruder has taken advantage of the opportunity.
Luckily, that is one of the positions where
Tom's bending ball in. One touch, second touch goes sideways, and again, never threatens goal. Now that the play has stopped, you can finish your thought.
I was just saying, I think there are certain positions where having chemistry and cohesion and all that is really important, right? Center mid for sure, center back for sure, certainly other ones. But goalkeeper is one of those where you need that a little bit less. Luke Spencer's talking to the fourth official here, telling him
they're going to have a sub coming in pretty quickly, I would think. We've got a couple of guys heading back to the bench already. Does FC Tulsa. Again, they've got some squad rotation. One thing that Luke has done is they have kind of sent some players off during the course of the season. They've got their rotation pretty well set at this point.
Yeah.
Not a lot of guys arguing for minutes. Everybody kind of knows what their role is with this team. Last touch by Zielinski. Throw in coming for FC Tulsa. And now a card for time wasting given to Zielinski.
That was a quick yellow for not much there from Zielinski.
Zielinski didn't offer much defense. Just kind of nodded, said, all right, went about his business.
Honestly, I think that started. Luke Spencer said something to the fourth official with Kruder's goal kick about time wasting. I think the fourth official goes into the head ref, and sure enough, 10 seconds later, Zielinski's kind of wasting time.
The power of suggestion is what you're talking about.
Yep. I think he's a little bit of the unlucky beneficiary of that.
Tonight's match brought to you by Community Health Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care simply delivered, and that ball heads for Jason Thompson's position above us, our camera position above suite number 8. Thanks to Jason, Greg, Drew, Judy, Seamus, Alec, rest of our production crew bringing you the sights and sounds. It's been strange for us. This is our first broadcast in 4 weeks. Last week's home match on CBS Sports Network, 3 road games prior to that. It's the penance you pay for having seemingly played every Saturday night at home for about a 3-month period in June, July, and August. Advantage being played here. And now we'll stop with the ball being held up. Trevor Ammon was the player that was fouled, and frankly, we have not said his name very often tonight. That's good news for the Indy 11. Trevor played for Sacramento until earlier this year when he was then sent to Tulsa. He was a phenomenal player at the League One level. And when he joined Sacramento at the beginning of last year, it was a big deal. He was making the move to Northern California. Had 28 goals playing for your teammate Ayman Zayed over 2 seasons for the Hailstorm.
Yeah, it's great production.
He's the Golden Boot winner in League One in 2023.
See what Tulsa does here. This is right where Indy scored.
Weber. Lindley. Always got to be careful in and around here. Coley comes up a bit gimpy, but won't draw the whistle. And that'll be a foul on Shiza for the undercut. Free kick coming for Tulsa. Weber draws the contact. Weber, who drew said foul from South Africa. It's his first year of playing in the States. 27 years of age. Credit FC Tulsa. They have gone out and kind of, in this league, you're trying to find talent. I think about Martin Rennie doing this. You're trying to find talent where others aren't finding talent in your league. Give yourself something different. Tulsa is. They've got some players from some different sources and places on this team.
Yeah. A lot of that is a little mix up in the box here, but a lot of that rate comes down to the coach, right? Who does he know? Sean McCauley coached in the MLS for a number of years.
Yep.
No surprise, we get some MLS Next Pro guys on loan. We get guys from FC Cincinnati, Portland Timbers, right? That's because he has good connections in the MLS. You see other coaches maybe with ties in other parts of the world, and it also comes down to the agents that they know as well.
And the 11 soccer brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility, both staffing and operational efficiencies.
Well cleared by Ofemu.
Morales Group drives results to your bottom line, increases productivity, and reduces labor costs, thanks to our friends at Morales Group Staffing.
The scoreline's the same, but I think in terms of kind of how the first 10-ish minutes have played out here in the second half, Luke Spencer's got to be fairly happy, and I don't think Sean McCauley wants the rest of this half to go like the first 10 minutes has.
Foul whistle against Tulsa. 10 shots for Tulsa, 2 for the Indy 11. That sounds lopsided, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shots on target, 1 apiece. You mentioned it feels like a playoff match for the Indy 11. This is like an NHL playoff stat. Blocked shots, 7 by the Indy 11 tonight. Schaefer will blast this one towards the corner flag. Batista used every bit of that 6'5" frame to steer that one. That one sent high into the Indianapolis night. And Schaefer on the USL Championship Team of the Week. What he did a week ago. And there is a starting 11, if you will, to that Team of the Week. There are bench players on that as well. Indy had some players on that bench after the 2-1 win. He hasn't really had a chance to press. Lindley now has to give chase to Diallo. Coley. Femu got there first and sends that to a hospitality tent, which is better than the back of his own net. Corner kick coming for FC Tulsa.
See Cam Lindley covering a lot of ground there in the midfield for Indy. He's putting pressure on the far side of the field. He comes back. He's putting pressure on the holding mid. Ball goes left. He's tracking back on the left side. A lot of the grunt work in the midfield for Indy.
4th corner of the match. They all belong to FC Tulsa. Coley will send it in. And could be in a lot of trouble here. But that blast is headed somewhere towards the auditorium.
I think it was Schaefer again. Getting a replay here. Let's see. Ball bounces up. Yeah, right off
the chest.
He's putting his body on the line tonight. But Indy's going to have to turn the tides here a little bit. There's going to be a really long second half if they can get up and start possessing a little bit and get some things going on the attacking end. They've done a good job of bending but not breaking, but there's only so much pressure and so many corner kicks and so many dead balls and crosses that you can give up before one eventually kind of falls Tulsa's way.
Lindley the flick towards Blake, and Blake was looking for that contact the entire time, draws the foul, and this will be the equivalent of a corner coming for the Indy 11. Again, not officially a corner, but it'll work like that.
It looks from my angle that he fell on the ball.
Correct.
Which really hurts. That does not feel good. You see him slowly jogging into position there.
Jack just turned 31 just a few days ago. Bruno Rendon and Elvis Amo will be entering the match for the Indy 11 in short order. They are not to the 4th official yet, but they are heading that direction.
Really like that. I don't know who they're going in for yet, but really like bringing these two on. Elvis with the hold-up play, getting on the end of balls, good in the air, good in the box. Rendon, good defender, good work rate, can take guys off the dribble.
Musa on the turf, and Indy 11 whistled for a foul. This may be simply 2 for 2 up top. Again, Rendon plays more of a midfield role, but they may ask him to. They might go 1 up top and 5 in the midfield with Rendon.
Yeah.
Well, we will see that right now. Rendon is coming on for Amario Williams, and I would imagine Elvis Amo is going to be Edward Chiza, which is exactly what the signboard says. Now, our substitutions are brought to us by our friends at Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility to both staffing and operational efficiencies. You would think in match number 26 we would have the playing rotations down by now.
When you got new faces, kind of change some things around.
Take a look at the foul here.
Called it on Musa. Which kind of maybe simulation.
Maybe for selling, yeah.
Definitely didn't do anything wrong, but.
So Chiza and Williams both exit. Elvis Amo. He had quite the streak going earlier this year. Having scored in 6 consecutive matches across all competitions.
the nice thing about bringing it.
That's a foul on Afemu, pushing the back.
Necessary foul. Indy's done that a number of times. Jack Blake had a bad foul over on the far sideline. That was a bad foul. When a team like Tulsa is having a hard time creating things, you don't want to give them dead balls like this. They get so excited, they send numbers forward, and they serve in dangerous balls. You don't want to give them unnecessary set pieces.
Coley again will send it in. Not the best of service, not the best of clearance. We soldier on, back post, and Pruder can gobble that one up.
It's a tough ball, straight ball is rarely successful. Your better chance is to swing it out to the right or left and then cross it in.
Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride. Get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU match or online at imcu.com today.
The one nice thing about bringing in a guy like Rendon, he's up top right now, but kind of what you alluded to, they could very easily put him at a right back, right mid, and shift formations.
Foul against Jack Blake. Whistle has been tilted against the Indy 11 here at half number 2. Well, to your point on Rendon, he was the League One Defender of the Year last year. And Ahmed Zayed should be collecting royalties. How many times we have mentioned him in the broadcast, because he coached Bruno in Northern Colorado last couple of years as well. Rendon has often played kind of a right-sided midfielder for most of the year for the Indy 11. Ball sent in. Schaefer will knock it sideways.
Yeah, looks like he's shading a little bit left here.
3 players are about to make their way to the 4th official for FC Tulsa. Well, a full-on line change coming up in a matter of moments. Goldthorpe and Lukic, and I think El Medkar is the other. They're all getting some last-minute instructions before reporting to our 4th official tonight.
BYB is not happy with a couple of recent fouls called on Indy.
Good job on the block by Quinn. And it won't be a corner. It goes out just in front of the corner flag. Tulsa being deliberate on throwing, which is just fine for the team nursing a 1-goal lead. And Indy got there first. Towards the edge of the 6.
Well read by Schaefer.
Schaefer has been all over the map tonight. Blake will lift it. Perfectly finds Zielinski. Trying to play Amo. St. Clair hustling back. Amo with fresher legs. But good recovery by St. Clair. And that'll be a throw for the Indy 11. That's a win.
Yeah, not surprised Moose has taken his time. Indy's been defending here the bulk of the second half. Ball goes out. Kind of give your team a chance to reset. Got some subs coming in here for Tulsa as well.
So Lukic will come on. Coley will come out. Owen Dom is done for the night. Elliot Goldthorpe will come on. Khalil El Medkar, who is a really good player. We saw him with Loudoun United in years gone by.
Yeah, he can make things happen in the attack for Tulsa for sure.
He replaces Trevor Ammon. And all our substitutions brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies. So 2 subs remain for FC Tulsa, 2 windows. 3 subs remain for Indy, 2 windows. Blake couldn't find a window to get it through.
Great little sequence off the throw-in, though.
Afemu hustling back and won't take the chance. Will play it sideways. With Calhura to his left. Did not want to risk it. Tulsa will take their time on the restart. Gives us a chance to thank our friends at Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered. all the way through. Zielinski down for Indy, and that rocket goes up and over the crossbar.
You got a hold of that one. Those are tough. Ball's rolling at you. You really got to try to stay over it and keep it low because it's naturally going to rise on you. It's a good strike there, but just a little too high. We've met our quota in terms of long throws into the box, though. We got to be over a dozen, both sides combined.
What is the usual over/under on that, by the way? I didn't know there was a league mandate on a cap on that.
I feel like a handful is usually.
I mean, you are involved with the USLPA, so you would know these things.
Yeah, they don't give me access to important analytical data like that. You know?
A wise old sage as yourself, a USL Championship alum. And Pruder will blast this one eventually. Yes, kids, you're on camera. Hello there. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Well, frankly, there's been not much in it for the Indy 11 in the second half, and honestly, I don't care. As long as that still stays a 0 on the opposite side. They would love to get an extra goal advantage. Blake could not keep it on his feet. Good win by Afemu, and Zielinski does the job, clears it off of Khalil El-Medkar.
I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with Zielinski tonight. He's very calm, cool, and collected, yet intense, which is a tough balancing act. He's working very hard, but he almost has a casualness to him, right? It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Marco Franco in the past, right? Where it doesn't even look like he's working, but he's getting the job done, almost making it look easy at times.
Johnson blasts this one. Here's El-Medkar. Played his college soccer at the University of Kentucky, did Khalil. Fifth-year pro. Good find for Amo. Rendon trying to use that speed.
So smart, getting in the defender's body.
The back heel to Lindley. Bending ball. Overcooks Amo, but finds Quinn. Quinn, Blake, back of the net. Indy 11 has a 2-goal lead and a new all-time scoring leader in their USL Championship history. Jack Blake delivers for the Indy 11.
What a sequence.
And the assist by Aiden Quinn, his 59th of his career. Good for second best in the history of the championship.
See the ball over from Lindley. Aiden Quinn finds Jack Blake, who tucks it away. It even started with a ball from Lindley into Rendon, who lays it back off to Lindley. It was a really good sequence from the 11, and Jack Blake, right spot, right time, tucks it away for the 2-0 lead.
Efficiency of opportunity for the Indy 11. Shots on target, 2. Goals scored, 2. Yep. Lead for the Indy 11, 2, with 22 minutes and change left to play.
That's all that matters, right? Just as the crew, we gave Tulsa credit before the game. Hey, they know who they are. They don't care if it's ugly, if it's pretty. They're sitting top of the West. The same goes for Indy here tonight. They don't care how they get it, but they need 3 points.
And Tulsa has to turn up the wick here. Again, by no means a must-win scenario for them, but they are trying to keep Sacramento at bay. They want the Western Conference playoffs to have to go through northeastern Oklahoma.
You also want to enter the playoffs with some momentum.
Correct.
Right? You don't want to limp into the playoffs having been first in the West and then you finish, whatever, third, fourth. That doesn't instill confidence in the team. So you want to finish strong.
Again, Indy 11, if this lead holds, they are back in a playoff position with 4 matches left to go. They would jump Rhode Island. They would be tied on points with Detroit. Handball called against the Indy 11.
Yeah, unfortunate, but right call.
By the way, Detroit trailing Lou City in Hamtramck 1-0. That match is going on simultaneously with this one. Afemu stands up Goldthorpe. Now knocks it sideways.
Bet we see a long throw here. Ofemu's had a really good game. With all of the balls Tulsa is kind of lumping in at Indy's back line. Him and Schaefer especially have done a good job winning those first balls, or at least making it really difficult for the Tulsa forwards to direct it where they want.
On the throw, Sousa, and that'll be a foul against FC Tulsa. Indy 11 player down inside of the 6. That's Murphy. But Murphy has been nearly bionic for the Indy 11 this year. This portion of the match is brought to us by the Denny Companies, tearing down the past so you can build the future. So let me explain that about just how good Murphy has been in his first year in the 11 uniform. Has played in every regular season match, came off the bench one time, but then entered against Tampa Bay Rowdies pretty quickly in that match because of a couple of first half injuries. Murphy spent last year in Detroit, as did El Bazamo, spent time in Monterey Bay before that. He has been an absolute grinder for the Indy 11 this season.
Grinder is a good way to put it. Him and Cam Lindley, they're different players for sure, but they do a lot of the same things, and they just make it really hard on the opponents.
Well, James can take on a more of a true holding mid role with guys like Lindley, Blake, and Quinn with him.
100%.
You know, he's the extra defender. Lindley can play that role, but Murphy allows Lindley to go a little bit more forward in the attack. The role that Murphy plays now is very similar to what Tyler Gibson did for the Indy 11, like in 2019 and 2020.
Yep.
Of course, Gibby's still playing for the Oakland Roots these days. It's one of the few teams that Indy does not see during the course of the season. Giveaway here. Opportunity here. If Rendon can find a Mo, he's got a window. Rendon did not. But possession's still a good thing for the team with a 2-goal lead. Rendon charges, left-footed cross, doesn't get through. But for the first time in the 73rd minute of this match, the Indy 11 will enjoy a corner kick.
Yeah, they'll take their time to do it here. Tulsa's defense actually did a great job there. Rendon was starting to break. He had Amo on the far side, but they did a really good job kind of cutting it in half. So if he tried that ball over to Amo, it would be a tough one to connect.
Smell of sulfur hanging over the field with the BYB letting go of the smoke. 1 goal on each half for the Indy 11. Murphy, back post. Rendon. Amo couldn't get onto it. Goal kick for Cole Johnson.
Great head back across the goal. You're taught, right, if you can't head it with power on frame, hit it back across so your teammates can crash it. It's exactly what Rendon did here. There's Murphy just clogging things up in the middle, doing what he does best.
And that'll be a foul against Indy. Tulsa lost at the Switchbacks on August 30th. That was their last league loss 4 years ago. 4 weeks ago, I should say. On the cross. Again, Schaefer gets in the way. Musa extends. And a throw in coming. The USL on CBS Sports Network closes out September with a Western Conference showdown of teams in the thick of the playoff hunt. New Mexico takes on Lexington tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern time on the CBS Sports Network. Ball in. And Murphy will clear. Left-footed ball that Pruder had to get a hand to. That will be a corner. And again, Pruder has been able to watch a lot of things go by tonight. That was not the case for the young man looking for his first clean sheet in an Indy 11 uniform.
Yeah, you see the shot from distance here. Might have gone wide, but yeah, you can't take that chance if you're a goalkeeper. Pruder does the right thing, shifts over, parries it wide.
Near post ball that is steered wide. Clearance coming for Indy. I mentioned that loss against the Switchbacks in league play. The last previous loss for Tulsa was here in the Jägermeister Cup at the end of July. You go back before that, you got to go all the way back to May 31st. When I have to go to multiple different months to find your losses, it's been that good of a year for FC Tulsa.
They've been incredible. It is not easy to be top of the West, be top of anything. They've done a heck of a job, and they're not just kind of 1 point up. They got a little bit of a cushion there, so heck of a season so far. Certainly not done yet.
Good step by Murphy, but he caught a little bit of boot there, so restart coming for Tulsa. Sousa has some space on the left flank. Gets away the cross. Indy got a boot to it. That was Zielinski. The Famu's clearance left a bit lacking, and it will be a corner coming up. It is Goldthorpe that will take this one. Elliott on loan from Lexington.
Yeah, they've had a number of corners. I said it earlier, but you keep giving them chances. They're gonna nick one. You see, Ofemu knew it. He was trying to keep that from going over the end line, but
some traffic there. Tulsa able to save it. Bending ball in, and Pruder can get to it without much bother. We told you some of the details about Pruder in terms of where he's from, who is he on loan from. He had 54 saves in 13 matches, had 1 clean sheet, playing for Crew 2 this year. One of my favorite notes about him, he was the goalkeeping coach at Ohio Dominican, the Division II school in Columbus, while playing for the Crew. Amo, that last touch here, a Tulsa player. The answer is the latter. Corner coming for the Indy 11.
Well done by Amo.
Looks like Josh O'Brien is getting his gear on. The next Indy 11 sub, as will Hayden White. So fresh legs at the back about to enter for the Indy 11. Aiden Quinn already his 9th assist of the season, number 59. And I thought Mike Watt said it best. If there's a USL Hall of Fame, then he's in the first class.
Yep.
Quinn sends it in. Indy gets ahead to it. Can they keep it in play? Yes. Ofemu walks the tightrope for now. Tulsa comes out of there with it. By the way, tonight is appearance 286 for Aiden Quinn in the championship. Sean Tosh flirting with 300 by the end of this season.
Two guys had incredible careers and not really showing signs of slowing down, are they?
We talked to Sean before the last Indy 11 Lou City get together, the latest installment of LIPAFC, which was won by Lou City 3-1 on Labor Day weekend. There will be a great Brickyard Battalion representation at Lynn Family Stadium next Saturday night. There always is. We'll have that match for you in the Indy area on My Indy TV 23. To get our local broadcast, you have to watch on television. The stream will be the Lou City broadcast. I'm sure it'll be quality. Want to hear the local version of it? My Indy TV 23, the place to be next Saturday night. Goldthorpe sends it in. Ofemu gets a boot to it, and that will be yet another corner coming for FC Tulsa. That is corner number 8 that is on the way now for the visitors. Tulsa will empty their bench. Their last 2 substitutions are about to make their way to the 4th official. Alex DeLue and Lucas Stauffer, that pair of players. Goldthorpe bending ball in, and that's going to find the back of the net. Tulsa just got one back with 10+ minutes left to go.
I've been saying it for at least 20 minutes, right? You keep giving Tulsa chances. They're going to find one, whether it's a good finish, whether it's a lucky bounce, but it's been coming for a while.
And again, from the Indy perspective, the difference in 3 points and 1 point is pretty significant. Diallo with his right shoulder got it to go.
Yeah, I don't know what happened on the mark there. Looked like Zielinski was there, Rendon was there, but no one was actually marking him.
So Boubacar Diallo gets the goal. It's 2-1. Diallo wearing the captain's armband. Stauffer going to go sit down. They're going to hold him out for now. So DeLue will come in for FC Tulsa. First, it will be Josh O'Brien coming on for James Murphy. And then Zielinski's night is done as Hayden White will come on to replace him. Hayden coming back from a leg injury that cost him about 6 weeks. DeLue will add a little more speed up top. As Calhera is done for the night. And it's Weber, excuse me, not Calhera that comes off, but Weber that exits. And our substitutions brought to us by the Morales Group. Morales Group staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies. Well, this was kind of the same score line that Indy had to fend off Birmingham 6 days ago. They find themselves in a similar position here.
Yeah, you would, roughly 10-12 minutes left with some stoppage time, but Indy cannot just sit back and absorb pressure for the rest of this game. It's going to be a long 10-12 minutes if that's the case. They need to find ways to get forward, possess the ball in the attacking half, earn some corners, earn some throw-ins, get fouled in the attacking half. Need to turn the tides here a little bit.
Your Central Indiana Ford dealer is a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Indy does have one substitution available if needed. Tulsa has one as well. That'll be a foul against Indy. Rendon. Rendon not happy about how that play finished. St. Clair, the player he got tangled up with.
I wonder if part of the Murphy sub was because he was sitting on a yellow.
Certainly very possible.
Well.
Elmedkar. And Blake. Ricochets off of him. Throw in coming, and Blake will take a minute to get back up. He's been told, hey, we'll stop for you if you need help, and Train will be asked to come on for Blake. Blake with the goal tonight. His 25th in an Indy 11 uniform. That's his 10th goal in championship play. He was the player of the week after the Monterey Bay win in early July for the Indy 11. And because what this broadcast needs is one more Ayman Zayed reference, he is now 2 goals back of Ayman for the all-time goal-scoring lead in the history of the Indy 11. Let's go back to it. Again, an historic service and goal. Assist number 9 this season for Aiden Quinn. Goal number 10 for Jack Blake. For Aiden, number 59 of his legendary championship career. For Jack Blake, that gave Indy a 2-goal lead, which is now down to 1.
Yeah, hopefully Jack is okay to continue, but he's certainly limping off. I think he kind of caught the foul through there on that last play.
We'll reset here.
That's why it's important, young kids, wear shin guards. Nice big shin guards.
Sousa on the restart. Diallo will settle. Blake is trying to soldier through. Goldthorpe's blast. Thinking all the way through. Amo, great work just to slow things up. Sousa gets the cross away, headed down, and just steered wide. That was inches from 2-2.
This is too much time on top of the box, too much time on the service. open runs in the box.
And again, during that sequence, Indy was playing a man down because Blake has not been subbed out yet. That was Lukic that thought he might have had it.
He was open. He was directed it maybe, what, a yard wide?
Brem Sumaro will be the 5th and final sub for the Indy 11. Just a matter of when. Is he coming on for Blake? Could he come on for somebody else? Blake trying to lift that one towards Rendon, but possession short-lived for the Indy 11. This may be about survival for the Indy 11, both in the playoff race and simply trying to outlast Tulsa these last 5 minutes. And I'd imagine about 4 or 5 minutes of additional time is what we'll have. Switching the attack here. Lefty cross in. Guess who? Schaefer. He has been ever present tonight. Blake. Great work. Quinn.
Rendon's off.
Yeah, Rendon had ventured offside.
He had made that first run for Jack Blake when Jack was on the ball. Jack ended up not playing it, pulling it back, and by the time Quinn hit it, he was off. A lot of times it's the forward's fault. That time, probably not his fault.
Looking for the best deal in town? Check out the all-new Pabst Blue Ribbon deck next time you're at Carroll Stadium and enjoy $3 PBRs all game long. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com or the Indy 11 box office day of game. Pabst Blue Ribbon, because you deserve a blue ribbon. At the edge of the 18, weaving and winding ball finds El Medcar. Now Sousa. Sousa again, and Sousa's cross has been pretty good. That was somewhere between a shot and a cross, and didn't accomplish much for the visitors.
For a second, I thought it was going to kind of knuckle down at the far post, but ultimately went wide.
Back to the $3 PBRs. I'm not sure if it was a $3 PBR we have in these boots, but it is a PBR, and it's a darn fine presentation of a wonderful partner of the Indy 11.
Takes me back early days in the 11 DOS boot.
Christian Neekt,
first
player signed by the Indy 11. Goalkeeper in 2014 and 2015. Yellow card shown to Pruder. Of course, Brad famous for his enjoying of a tasty beverage after the Indy 11 won the spring championship in June of 2016 in the NASL days.
We'd love to duplicate that here soon.
Again, if Indy can make the playoffs, it would be the first time in franchise history they have made the postseason 3 years running. But you have to go back to 2019. Last time the Indy 11 won a playoff match. Right now, they're just trying to qualify first. A win here would help, but it's not in the books just yet. Blake, great job to check back. Thought that might have been a foul going the opposite direction. It was not. That will be a foul. Lindley draws contact. Card is shown against DeLue.
That was a great job by Ken. I have no idea what Tulsa is complaining about right now. Jack Blake does a phenomenal job doubling down, winning that ball back. Cam Lindley comes out with it, earns a foul, calm things down for Indy 11. Really not a smart foul from Tulsa. You don't want to kill that time. Cam Lindley's not really going anywhere. He's probably just going to clip that down the line on his next touch.
By the way, again, checking the score in Hamtramck, it remains Lou City 1, Detroit City 0. That is in the 89th minute. And that would put Indy level on points with Detroit with 4 to play. And that would put them a point in front of Rhode Island with 4 to play. Throw incoming for Indy. Again, Rhode Island played El Paso to a 2-2 draw. That was an impressive point for Rhode Island. That was in El Paso last night. Our final substitution will be Jack Blake coming off. Brem Sumaro coming on. Substitutions brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies.
Great game by Jack Blake. Making things happen offensively, obviously with the goal, crucial goal. And then even just a minute before getting taken out in the 89th minute, working back defensively to win possession for Indy.
On the throw, Amo. 5 minutes of additional time. 5 minutes remaining. Lindley tries to work through 2 defenders on the cross. Doesn't get the cross far, but does on a corner. And again, every corner is an additional 15-20 seconds that Indy 11 can drain the sands through the hourglass here, trying to get a crucial win against, frankly, one of the best teams in the league this year. Here is the up-to-the-minute table in terms of the Eastern Conference. Lou City 1, the Charleston Battery 2. Again, it's that 7-8-9 fight that Indy is a part of. That does not include this result for the Indy 11. Service in by Quinn. Batista got there first, but again, that ball will hit the track, and Indy will take their dear old sweet time before throwing this one.
That corner, from the time it went out to the time it was taken, was about a minute. We're already coming up on 25 seconds here for the long throw. So Indy obviously would love another goal, but this is almost second best option. Them hitting the ball out of bounds, Indy taking their time, getting it back in play.
Again, Amo looking to make the turn, couldn't get back to it. That's across the touchline. And Tulsa will restart as quickly as they possibly can. Johnson will build from the back and finds Diallo. Again, still at least 3.5 minutes left to play, and Lindley got that one wrong. And Lindley,
that's a card.
As of now, not being shown a card. He is now. And again, Cam says, I agree. Thumbs up. Yes,
no problem.
I took that on purpose.
He was trying to come out and put some pressure on, which is great, but he just misread it a little bit, and he was kind of caught in no man's land. And with 3 minutes left and a lead in a almost must-win game, that was a smart tactical foul from Cam Lindley.
By the way, only Musa and Murphy are anywhere close to yellow card accumulation where you might think about missing a game. And that will be a corner. Indy does touch it last. So Tulsa will bring everybody up here. Again, every point matters, frankly, to both teams. Indy is more in need of the 3 than Tulsa is. But a point would certainly help their cause as well. This is Goldthorpe that will send it in. Bending ball. Sousa. And steers this one a bit too far. Goldthorpe keeps it in. Not enough in it in terms of a potential penalty. We play on. St. Clair redirects. Sumaro does enough. And Schaefer finds or tries to find Rendon. Lindley blocks out like his basketball coach Pete Smith taught him. Good read by Johnson.
Yeah.
Needed to do that to keep it away from Rendon. That's really smart. About 100 seconds left to go in this one. Sousa sends it in. Well defended by Amo. Tulsa bench didn't think it was so well defended. But shoulder to shoulder was the claim of the referee, and now Rendon. He has the speed to go for it on his own. He just might. Has a hit. That's not what you want to do. That's not it. You got to get around that man and try that if you're Rendon, not just hit it from there. Just gives it right back to the opposition.
I like the idea of still trying to attack instead of going straight to the corner, but yeah, that didn't have a chance of beating the goalie.
And that'll be a foul against Amo. Free kick opportunity here coming for Tulsa. This may be their last best chance in the 95th minute.
Yeah, Indy's had, I think, 18 fouls. They've had quite a bit, leading to a lot of these chances from Tulsa. Dangerous opportunity here. Looks like it's a touch too far for a direct shot, but who knows? He might try it.
And it's Goldthorpe who's in the last corner. They're in his 26th match this season. Made the move over from Lexington earlier this year. And that's not what Tulsa needed.
Yeah, you can see some of Tulsa's teammates in the box kind of saying, hey, give us a chance. This should be the last kick here.
There's a glance at the wristwatch of John Motto. Pruder. Blasts away. No whistle just yet. We have a whistle now. And Indy 11 are back in the playoff picture with 4 matches left to go. They have now beaten Tulsa twice this season, once in Jägermeister Cup play. But frankly, this one is a whole lot more important.
Huge win.
Your final score in Indianapolis tonight, it is the Indy 11 2 and FC Tulsa 1. Stay tuned. Post-game coverage comes your way in a matter of moments as you're watching Indy 11 soccer on My Indy TV and ESPN+.
Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they are in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me. Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Brickyard Battalion hanging around to enjoy this when they do that win or lose. Thankfully for Indiana as the former tonight. Again, a victory over FC Tulsa, a second one this year. And this one vaults Indy past Rhode Island temporarily back into the playoff position. Time for our Securing the Win moment. It is brought to us by Allegiant. Indy played from in front the entire night. It was defender Brian Schaefer that put Indy on the board first and helped deliver 3 points.
Yeah, just getting his big body across, making it hard for the defenders, making it hard for the goalie to read. Is he going to touch it? Is he not? Fantastic ball in from Murphy to create that opportunity.
Every other time he would find the ball tonight, it was in the goal prevention business. Again, Indy blocked 9 shots this evening. Some of the most of them like that were done by Schaefer. We'll talk to him, Jack Blake, and head coach Sean McCauley after perhaps the biggest win of the Indy 11 season. You've been watching Indy 11 soccer.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
This isn't just 90 minutes. It's a feeling you carry for days. It's the roar of the crowd, the rush of a last-minute goal, the pride of your city standing shoulder to shoulder. This is more than a match. It's an experience. It's family. It's fire. It's Indy 11. Be part of it. Get your tickets now at indy11.com.
Imagine a health insurance company that could look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals and help its members find what they need to actually live healthier lives, like a stable job, dependable transportation, or a safe place to live. Well, that health insurance company is not only real, but making a real difference right now. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
A beautiful night in downtown Indianapolis, made better by two things: an Indy 11 win and Desnuda Tequila. The Desnuda Tequila postgame show. Desnuda, 100% organic tequila. How real tequila tastes. This is how victory tastes for the Indy 11 over the top team in the Western Conference. Indy 11 2 and FC Tulsa 1. Let's show you the shot of the game. Again, brought to us by Desnuda Tequila. Desnuda, 100% organic tequila. How real tequila tastes. Tremendous buildup. Lindley finds Quinn, finds Blake, and the Indy 11 find all 3 points.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful play all around, from the hold-up to the cross to the slot to the Jack Blake finish with the left foot.
Indy 11 had 3 shots on target the entire night. The first 2 found the back of the net, and Indy find themselves in the playoff picture, and we find ourselves joined by the head coach of the Indy 11 and Sean McCauley. Sean, I have called this the best result of the season for the Indy 11. My guess is you might agree.
Yeah, we needed it. We've had a tough couple of games, at home, and we knew we targeted these 2, and we needed results. And I asked the players to play under pressure, and they did do. And one thing's really stood out to me tonight is the amount of hard work that they're prepared to do. Talent's a lot of things, but then if you haven't got the hard work that goes with it, it's worthless. And we worked really hard tonight to get that result, and it's a little bit of a payback to get us back into the playoff picture, and hopefully we can see the last 4 games out.
All right, you and I talked on Soccer Saturday this week, and frankly, the last 2 or 3 weeks, these young guys from Next Pro that you had to go out and get, they've all played immediately. My goodness, Schaefer played like a hockey player, blocking every shot and scored one for you, too. How has his dynamic changed your team this last month?
Well, he's come in with a lot of confidence, and he's got a lot of, like I said, ability. But again, going back to the hard work, he like you said, he puts his body on the line for everything, and for his teammates, and for the supporters, and he wants to get the win, and that's it's really good to have, and he's got a really good trait for him to have, and I'm sure he'll have a good career.
Coach, congrats on the win, huge win, and coming off back-to-back wins and the home stretch here for the playoff push. Talk to me a little bit about how the guys are feeling and how you're starting to catch momentum here during the right time. Yeah, it's a good feeling to get a win. I've told them to sort of recover now and rest up for tomorrow until we meet again Monday, and we've got a really important week because we need to go to Louisville and show a good account of ourselves and try and get something from that game, and so we'll work all week towards that. And I've said just switch off for the next until Monday morning, and then we'll really get into the preparation. But in terms of what we've done over the last couple of games at home, I'm really pleased because I'm pleased for the supporters and the club, because when you're not in the playoff positions, you're desperate to get back in there, and that one I think has put us in there.
Jack Blake is a 10-year pro, and you play that long, your record speaks for itself. But from a goal-scoring standpoint, he has frankly really taken off since you got here at the beginning of last season. Why have seemingly you and Jack clicked for this team?
I think he's always been a good player. We recognise that. When he gets around goal, he's got a really calm mentality towards finishing. He finds himself in the right spots, and I think he will become the club's record goal scorer. And with that, he's done it from midfield, which shows you, how much work and energy he puts into the games, because, he's a real talent for us, and I'm really pleased that, I think he's 1 or maybe 2 away from getting that record.
Yeah, and another guy I want to call out is Cam Lindley. He does a lot of the grunt work in the midfield, defensively. But then when he picks his times to get into the attack, good things happen. And you see that with the second goal. Talk to me a little bit about Cam Lindley and his play and how he can support the attack at times. Yeah, he's got really good quality. And you see it a lot of times on dead ball situations, when he's asked to do that. But, he's got a really good eye for, picking the right pass at the right moment. And he's not afraid of doing the hard work and tackling and putting the ball down the side. But when it comes to a little bit
bit of quality, putting the cross in, then he's got that, and I thought it was a great ball in. And, you know, if I say to the players all the time, he'll never get old, will it, crossing the ball and trying to score a goal. So we did that, and I'm really pleased.
Spot on.
Sean, we'll let you go enjoy it, my friend. Good luck in Louisville. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Sean McCulley joining us post-game. Brian Schaefer and Jack Blake will also join us as the show rolls along. Right now, let's take this first quick timeout. You are watching the Desnuda Tequila post-game show on a victory Saturday for the Indy 11 as they take down FC Tulsa 2-1.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
Imagine a health insurance company that could look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals and help its members find what they need to actually live healthier lives, like a stable job, dependable transportation, or a safe place to live. Well, that health insurance company is not only real, but making a real difference right now. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Welcome back on the Desnuda Tequila postgame show. Indy 2, Tulsa 1. Indy is back in a playoff position with 4 matches left to go. Last week, he was on the USL Championship Team of the Week. He's been a member of the Indy 11 for about 3.5 weeks at this point. It is Brian Schaefer that joins us now. I have never started a post-game interview like this. How is your neck doing after tonight's game?
No, it's going good. It took a couple shots to it, but it ended up working out for the team, so, you know, that's the most important thing.
Did you watch Happy Gilmore in a batting cage to get ready for tonight's game? Because you were getting pinged left and right out there.
Yeah, I took a couple shots, but it's all good.
Well, importantly, you also scored a shot, so tell us about the one that you flicked in to give Indy the 1-goal lead.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great setup, great ball from Murph, and then lucky enough to get a little touch on it, put it back post, and, yeah, good start to the game, get up early, and then finish out the game.
Yeah, great game, a great win, and Ray referenced Happy Gilmore. I was thinking more old school, took one to the jugular.
Pretty much, yeah.
But, no, a heck of a performance. Talk to us a little bit about how back-to-back wins here, kind of coming down the home stretch, you know, can give a lot of confidence to the team.
Yeah, it's definitely huge. I mean, playoffs is all about who's in form, and I feel like we're starting to come into form, and the most important thing is just putting together good performances. And, you know, the past few games we've been able to do that and got the result in the past 2. So hopefully we can just build on that and then go into playoffs flying.
Yeah. Do you, obviously, huge goal tonight to kick things off early for Indy. Is that something you kind of take pride in, is trying to make an impact on the offensive side of the ball when you're up for set pieces?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bigger body, so I feel like I have an advantage up there in the box. But whatever, it all comes down to the service. And, you know, tonight was a great service by Murph. So without that, there's no goal. And, yeah, lucky to have that service.
You know, you're in the same boat as Joey, as Luke. You guys were not just brought here to be depth pieces. You come here and you are playing immediately. Why have things clicked for you so well since you got here just after Labor Day?
I mean, the team's just great. Everyone's so inviting. You got veteran guys that open you with welcome arms, and since the first day, you just feel like part of the team, even though I've only been here for 3 months, 2 months, however long it's been. It feels like I've been here all year, and just everyone throughout the team is very friendly and very welcoming, so that obviously helps a ton with playing on the field and just being able to have those guys trust you and you trust them, and it just helps out tremendously.
Yeah, I think some of that, too, is how you kind of acclimate to a new team, especially at a center back position where you need to be a vocal leader. How has that been coming in and being that vocal leader in that center back position?
Yeah, it wasn't hard because, I mean, some of the older guys told me I need to yell, I need to get on people, I need to do what a center back needs to do, and they said don't worry about stepping on someone's toes or hurting someone's feelings. Everyone on the team takes it, and from what I've seen, everyone is just great about it. Someone messes up, you tell them, and they just move on and build on from it. So there isn't any backlash from anyone on the team, from a new guy yelling at them or kind of being more vocal. It's just everyone is on board and everyone's sticking to the plan.
Brian, because you're new around here, you may not know of the tradition. Are you aware you get a brick from the Brickyard Battalion because you scored a goal tonight?
I did not know that.
Well, you get a new mantelpiece for wherever you may be residing here in Central Indiana. We'll let you go enjoy it. Congratulations on the win. Good luck in Louisville next week.
Perfect. Thank you.
Brian Schaefer, kind enough to join us, and Brian also a part of our Schleg lockdown play of the game. Again, he has been tremendous since joining the Indy 11 some 3.5 weeks ago. Thanks to our friends at Schleg, and there is taking one for the team, and there is this. Yes, Brad referencing Stifler, although not in that role in terms of taking a dart to the neck.
Right on
that time for Brian Schaefer.
A heck of a game from him, from Indy when they needed it most.
Thankfully, we can joke about things like that. Jack Blake is still making his way around the Brickyard Battalion with ice pack in tow. Hopefully we can track him down when we come back. The Desnuda Organic Tequila Postgame Show on My Indy TV.
Victory takes all to me means that it takes everyone.
Everyone really matters.
Victory takes all means it takes everyone who reps in the 11 badge.
When the 90 minutes is done, when we win, everybody wins.
Represent the club and the city with passion.
It's a community, a village that it takes to reach victory.
Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
This is Molly. She loves road trips, hikes, her dog Max, and cars that fit her lifestyle, like this cool new ride that she got with help from Indiana Members Credit Union at a great low rate. And for when she's on the go, IMCU makes it easy for her to pay from anywhere thanks to their digital banking. Looks like Molly is really getting the max from her credit union.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me.
We continue on from downtown Indianapolis. There you see the Michael A. Carroll Track and Soccer Stadium illuminated in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. The Desnuda Tequila postgame show rolls on My Indy TV and ESPN+. We'll track down Jack Blake as soon as we can. But before we get to him, a look at our highlights from tonight's contest. And again, the Indy 11 scored first and held the lead the entire time. Murphy the assist, Schaefer gets the goal. And just got enough of a touch on that one.
Yeah.
It was Indy's lone shot on target at half number one.
Yeah, that's why you put in dangerous balls. It's really hard for the goalkeeper to judge that. And then here's the second goal. Amazing hold-up play from Rendon. Cam Lindley crosses it. Aiden Quinn over to Jack Blake, who tucks it away. A really good build-up, classy play from Indy 11. 9th
assist of the season for Aiden Quinn. That is currently good for second best in the league. 59th of his career. But again, this game was not done. You knew Tulsa would not go away. Boubacar Diallo. It's the only tally of the night for the visitors.
Yeah, look, they were knocking the whole half. They had plenty of opportunities to equalize or maybe even steal more, but Indy held on, and you see the shots here, 19 for Tulsa. Now, only 3 on goal, which equaled Indy's 3 on goal, but you can obviously see from this stat line that they were knocking the whole second half.
Possession 61-39 in favor of Tulsa. Part of that is because they were chasing the game. They really controlled the tempo in half number 2. But again, when you have a 16-shot difference in terms of shots and shots on target, it was never comfortable for Indy, but Tulsa really wasn't all that threatening at times to Indy as well.
They were in dangerous positions a lot, but didn't have a ton of clear-cut opportunities. The other stat that sticks out here is 9 corners. That is a lot of corners. You looked at the 9 corners, 19 shots, you would think, wow, this team scored 3, 4, 5 goals. So kudos to Indy and their back line for holding tight, keeping them to 1, and getting out of here with 3 points.
Again, Tulsa, a quality team. They are still in first place in the Western Conference. If Indy and Tulsa were to play again, both teams would take it because it would be for the championship of the United Soccer League coming up the weekend before Thanksgiving. Jack Blake is putting everything he can on that injured right leg to get to us in our interview position. I don't want to exacerbate his injury. I can tap dance until he gets there. Again, his 10th goal tonight, his 25th goal as a member of the Indy 11. He is now the leader in terms of USL Championship goals in the 8 years of the franchise's history, and second behind Eamon Zayed for career goals, and he joins us now. So that's a pretty sizable welt you have on that left leg. How you feeling after the match, Jack?
It was a tough game. We knew it was going to be tough coming into it. It didn't feel good at the moment, but the win feels even better, so it's masking the pain.
Well, again, you heard what I had to say. Congratulations on now in the 8 years that this club has been in the USL Championship. Nobody has scored more goals for this team than you. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm really proud. I was brought here to do a job, and I'm thankful that I brought goals and entertainment, and hoping to keep it rolling.
Let's go back to your second goal, Jack. Kind of what did you see there in terms of the way that play developed?
Well, I thought our substitutions did really well coming on tonight. I thought, Bruno worked really hard, and then Cam ended up getting the ball wide. As soon as it went long, I kind of held my run because I know that Quinny was going to see me. And, such a delicate pass from him. He put so much care on that pass that it was unmissable, really.
He is quite a player, quite a left foot, and he really just teed that up for me. Talk a little bit about him, about Cam, about Rendon, who kind of led to that goal. And I mean, that was an excellent goal. The build-up play was fantastic, and a huge one, obviously, to get a 2-goal lead, which is crucial, and something that we've heard Coach McCauley harp on a lot this year, of not just settling with a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, well, the gaffer really emphasizes getting the ball wide, crossing it. We work on it every day in training, and that's pretty much what happened there. We got the success from working the ball wide, getting it in a crossing area, and we had numbers in the box. Quinny is such an intelligent footballer, as is Cam. So it's a pleasure playing with them. And when things come off like that, they do that day in, day out in training. So when it comes off on the match day, it's great for us. And it was a big goal at a big moment, really.
Yeah, one of my favorite things, and you probably won't be surprised knowing the player I was about a minute before you got subbed off, you doubled down, you won the ball back. It kind of squirts out to Cam Lindley. He gets fouled. They get a yellow card. I mean, talk to me about just being a two-way player that late in the game. You could tell you're exhausted. You had just taken the knock on your shin, but really laying it out on the field.
Yeah, it's our job. We're brought here to do a job, attacking but also defending. There's no point in attacking and not working for the team defensively. The gaffer emphasized working hard all week, and we've got talent. There's no doubt about it. But the hard work, enables us to get the win and our talent to shine through. So, it was a really hard-fought win. We knew that it was going to be a tough game. They're in really good position in the standings, and they came here and they had a really tough night, which is great for us.
All right, final thing before we let you go, because I want you to get off that leg. We kind of need you next Saturday down in Louisville. You guys are now a point clear of Rhode Island. You are level with Detroit City. So as of now, you're a playoff team, so you can kind of focus on the windshield and not the rearview mirror. Just your thoughts on kind of where the team stands with 4 matches left to go.
Our mentality has not changed at all, regardless of if it's in our control or not. We can just control our performance. We can control our effort. We have a really strong togetherness. I thought the lads that we've brought in have been really good for us. Our team morale is really high. And so that's really helped us in the downs of this season. And we're on the up right now, and we're coming at a really good time of the season.
My friend, go get some ice back on that leg, rest a little bit. Good luck in Louisville next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Jack Blake, again, the now leader in USL Championship goals for the Indy 11. Brad, pay attention. You got kids that are of a soccer camp age. You're trying to figure out, what am I doing with my kids? Like, my kids have fall break, like the first 2 weeks that are shown. I'm going to send them to Indy 11 fall break soccer camp at Grand Park. If you're age 5 to 14, you get 20 hours of camp. Okay, I can't do the math. 4 days. 16 hours of camp for $250. For more information, visit indy11.com/camps. Indy has just one home match remaining. That is in 3 weeks against Loudoun United. While we're focused on that, we're also focused on 2026 season ticket packages. When you secure the gold package, you'll receive some new and fun benefits like a free personalized 2026 Indy 11 jersey. To learn more, visit indy11.com/tickets. Back-to-back wins for the Indy 11. That has been in something of short supply this season. You get to enjoy this for about a day because, well, from the Indy perspective, the Evil Empire is up next. Lou City at Lynn Family Stadium 7 days from now.
It's going to be a tough game. Lou City is a heck of a team, heck of a club. They've been good year after year, but Indy's got to get some road points here to close out the season, and this is an important game next weekend.
Again, Indy has picked up some results historically in terms of Lynn Family Stadium. Not in the last couple of years, and this Lou City team, while they have been one of the best teams in the league since day number one, they have not won a championship since 2019. It is a very motivated team that Danny Cruz has this year. Again, they went to Detroit and won tonight. They will not have the number 1 seed wrapped up just yet. The Charleston Battery are close enough where they have to keep pushing until the last couple of weeks of the season. They will be revved up and ready to go. And you know we have hit the home stretch of the season when the schedule graphic has open space. 4 games, 4 Saturdays. We will broadcast 2 of them. Again, if you want to watch Lou City and Indy 11 online, go to cbssports.com. If you want to hear myself and Dan Capsalis, you got to go to MyIndy TV. That is where you can find it. The online home for the last 3 matches is all ESPN+. We will, of course, have the finale, or the home finale, rather, against Loudoun United on October the 18th. Now, the way it stands, we hope there is a playoff broadcast, of which Brad Ring would be on, I believe, that first weekend. But as of now, this is your last regular season broadcast. So, Brad, how has year 1 as an Indy 11 broadcaster treated you?
Hey, working alongside you is a pleasure. So I appreciate you kind of taking me under your wing and trying my best to keep up with you. But I've had a heck of a fun ride here this season, and hopefully at least one more game.
Well, little did I know that we would actually be able to have a toast with this, thanks to Larry Lindy and the folks behind the scenes as part of our Oktoberfest promotion. Brad and I are actually allowed to drink on the job, which is why this job is so wonderful in so many ways. So here is a Das Boot cheers to you. Congratulations for year number 1. You're now 9 years removed from that last chug. I'm not going to put any pressure on you. This is not like Stadium Cam where you got to finish. So we'll just casually sip our PBRs as the night goes along. But, Brad, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Again, Dan Capsalis will join us next Saturday night again to watch our broadcast of the game in Louisville. You must go to MyIndy TV. Our home finale, fan appreciation night for the Indy 11 is in 3 weeks against Loudoun United. But the Indy 11 are back in a playoff spot. They beat FC Tulsa 2-1. Good night from Indianapolis. Thanks for watching.
with more features to keep your account safe and secure. Northwest Bank is here for what's next.
Good dog.
This isn't just 90 minutes. It's a feeling you carry for days. It's the roar of the crowd, the rush of a last-minute goal, the pride of your city, standing shoulder to shoulder. This is more than a match. It's an experience. It's family. It's fire. It's Indy 11. Be part of it. Get your tickets now at indy11.com.